crap. Oh no. Either my camera's too tall or I'm too short for the camera. I think I got it. I stabbed myself in the face with this tripod. So basically, top 3 things. Art supplies. Too freaking expensive. Sketchbooks. Spiral bound really annoy me. Also too expensive. And 3, the schools generalize you. If you are put as an art student, you will never escape. Okay, so it feels... I keep squeaking my chair. I keep squeaking it. It feels like it's been forever since I've been in front of a camera, and I don't know why that is. It might be because in my last baking video, I did it really quickly, so I didn't actually get to talk to the camera. My sister's not in my room. The child is in bed. I have white glasses. I also have a shit freaking ton of sketchbooks, and that's what this video is gonna be about. Art shit! So art has been kind of a love-hate relationship with me. Not that art can really have a love-hate relationship with a person, because it's kind of a something. Words that I can't remember right now. Art has been kind of a love-hate relationship with me because I didn't really grow up in a family with a lot of money, as you probably know by me constantly complaining that I never have money. So when it comes to good art supplies, I was constantly dying inside. When I got my first watercolor pen, which is this handy dandy freaking thing, basically it has like a little canister thingy which you put water in, and then you squeeze it, water comes out the front, and there you go, you have a freaking water pen, so you don't have to keep dipping it in water. It was like 13 bucks, and I literally started crying in the store in front of everyone. I started crying because it was so expensive for this tiny little thing. I think I was fucking basically the same age as I am now, but it was a few months ago. Now I have a little more money, so it's not as bad, and I've realized that I don't need the best art supplies. But first, we're gonna go on to some art supplies that I spent way too much money on that isn't really worth it. This doesn't count. This is actually, I use this a lot, and it's definitely worth it, okay? I love this thing. These are just my opinions, because there's stuff that I bought and then I never used. So don't yell at me for it, please. Or yell at me, but I won't really care. First off, Copic freaking markers. They are, in Canada at least, they are like $8 per fucking marker. And I have kind of, not like a drawer full of them, but I have a few because I bought them in packs with a discount coupon from Michaels. So basically what these are, they are ink-based markers, and they give like full solid coverage of color and they blend really well, but here's my few issues with them. A, when you run out, you either have to buy a brand new marker for $8, or you have to buy a refill for $40. And refills look like this, and they take forever to get to Canada apparently. And basically, this one is actually for this one. 1 second. These two. This refill, I think the refills last for like, I don't remember how many, but obviously I haven't really used a lot of the ink because I stopped using the markers a while ago when the only colors that I used ran out and I didn't want to keep asking for more. So you see the problem there. I'm gonna show you the cupboard thing that I have all the markers that I never use, that I wasted my goddamn money on. See all that? You see all those freaking markers in there? I don't know if you can. All these ones, all the ones back here, this pill bottle, this freaking another refill that actually I did use quite a lot. More markers in the back, and they basically just ended up like that for the rest of time. I think my main issue with it was that A, they were really expensive, and B, they bled through the paper like freaking no other thing ever bleeds through the papers as much as these markers do. If you don't want to buy like a high quality like marker paper, which is like overly priced, it's like $11 for a pack that's maybe as big as... See how big this piece of paper is? Multiply this piece of paper by like 10 and that's a marker paper book. Basically, it's just really thick paper. And it bleeds through like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna show you some examples of that, because my freaking thousands of sketchbooks that I hoard don't get rid of for any specific reason. Yeah. I'll even show you the ones that are in my supposedly multimedia sketchbook too, because it bleeds through that paper as well. The only paper that didn't bleed through was the photo paper, which I put underneath the paper, and I kept losing it, which is also another reason why I stopped using them, because I didn't want to keep having to take photo paper out just for that. So I'll show you in a second. First, the multimedia paper. This here was actually a tattoo that my mom got. It's on the other side, the full version. But as you can see, it bleeds through the back of it completely. And then, if you aren't careful, it also bleeds through the lines that you make. Whoa. You see those lines? How it's outside of the goddamn line? And if you're extra not careful, like me, it will, it'll start dripping ink. And it basically ruins your entire drawing, which unfortunately I didn't actually learn how to control ever. So as you can see, the first one over there was like a while ago. I kind of figured out how to shade with it here, obviously, but it bleeds through quite a lot. This is the normal sketchbooks I use, which I'm starting to hate because spirals always come undone. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. And then the black, like, just fucking spreads literally everywhere. You can see here where I put the white gel pen over so that would hide the black that, like, spread outside of the thing. Yeah. I'm really good at improvising, can you tell? There's another one from Christmas time when it bled through the back of the page completely. It always looks really creepy too, because you never see their eyes if I don't do eyes. Also, Copic markers do not like pencil, which I forgot, because next to 99% of my freaking drawings are mainly sketches. Or refined sketches, as I called them. Oh my god! Okay, do you see what this does? This frustrates the freaking hell out of me, and I will talk about it next, because I'm done talking about the Copic markers. You guys understand, I find them overrated and overpriced, and I just really don't use them, so I have an entire drawer that I bought for no reason. As I fix this goddamn sketchbook. Oh my god, why does this happen to me? I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. Actually, no, I don't. I'm 16 years old. I don't pay taxes yet. Damn, living off the taxpayers' money like that. How dare I? Goddamn millennials, right? Okay, so next up is that I'm gonna talk about with art and stuff. This is mostly like, wow, I just fucked up my hair. Mostly this video is me complaining about art stuff because I do not have the best relationship with art. I'm very hypocritical about it. Like, if somebody bashes it, I will defend it with my life. However, I will constantly complain about how much I absolutely despise art and the fact that I am involved in art. Once you're an art kid, they never let you stop being an art kid no matter what you try to do. I tried to escape and they wouldn't let me go. So first, you have really tiny sketchbooks sometimes that are like, I think this one was like $11, okay? It has kind of nice paper. It has basically just like slightly thicker, smoother paper. And I barely use it because it's so tiny. And then you have the multimedia ones. Mixed media. Which are also spiral bound, which I'm beginning to hate so much. And basically, it's just slightly thicker paper. Which is also, I think, this one was like 11-ish, 12-ish bucks. I don't remember. I don't think it actually says on it. For 60 sheets. And that's like also decent-ish quality of paper, okay. And then I got a 15-sheet one. I think this one was like slightly less maybe. And I've only used like 3 pages in it because I'm trying to actually like do proper like colored stuff in it, because I have the tendency to draw a lot of stuff in my watercolor books and then never color them, which really defeats the purpose of watercolor stuff. And watercolor paper is also basically just much thicker paper. It can be either really grainy or really smooth, and I honestly don't know which one I hate more. My chair bugging me is probably bugging you too, and I can't stop moving because I'm a fidgety person. This one works pretty well. And then my next my first actual proper like watercolor book that was like from Canson, which is like the ultimate brand in the art world, in which I don't understand because it's also highly overrated. Like fucking wow, okay, I just smacked my tripod. I don't understand why it's so highly rated because I used it, the mixed media one for watercolor, and like I put like a drop of water on it and it's like let me just wrinkle on you without any other warning, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess so. So yeah, here's my actual watercolor book, and it's I don't remember how much this one was. I think this might have been like $20. Like, do you see how tiny that is? That's like only slightly bigger than my head. Okay, I think it might have been like around $20. Watercolor books I find are pretty decent, however, overpriced, and as you can see, it also wrinkles no matter what you do. Like, I feel like any watercolor book or any kind of book that you try to use that's like, this is for water, I feel like it's lying to you, and it's just gonna wrinkle no matter what, and you just can't escape that fact, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Except I see people doing stuff on watercolor paper all the time, and it never does that. Am I doing something wrong? Probably. I'm not a professional. And the main issue with 99% of, like, sketchbooks, they are spiral freaking bound. You saw that. All my previous sketchbooks, they're all spiral bound. That's so frustrating. They always come apart, and, like, as you saw, it like, detached from the spiral, and I'm like, why do you do that? Stop doing that. It's so annoying. And I don't actually do a lot of art outside of school, which you would think. But this is actually... That's actually my sister's. This is actually from my sister too. Anyways, yeah, I don't like the spiral bound because they're frustrating. I have a bigger one of the smaller one. It's not spiral bound and I really like it. I like the paper in it. However, it was probably also like $20 because why have rich artists, I guess, until we die, I guess. And this one I'm using for a really big project. I think I had it for about a year before I actually used it. So that's the problem I have, is that I buy really good sketchbooks and then I'll never use them because they're really good sketchbooks. Because I am not good at doing things. To summarize that whole like mess, I don't like spiral bound sketchbooks because they always come apart. Canson's overrated in my opinion, and watercolor sketchbooks are also really expensive and really confusing. And if you get a like slightly less quality one, A, the paper's not white, it's like an off-white yellow, and B, it's probably spiral bound, which I really hate, as I've stated before, or it's gonna be really small, which is kind of annoying because I do like almost full-size drawings. I can't deal with small books. I can't. If it's like almost the size of my hand only, I'm going to throw myself out a window if I try to draw on it. Another thing is, something that annoys me about the art world, people always assume that you need the best supplies to get the best results. This is a motherfucking lie, okay? You don't need the best supplies to get the best results. You just need decent supplies. Like, I can't color with Crayola pencil crayons after having colored with Prismacolor pencil crayons because fucking Prismacolor pencil crayons are just the best thing in existence, okay? I don't know where you can get them anymore. I don't know how expensive they are, but I really like them. I bought this like pack of watercolors for like I think like $12. So basically what we've learned here is a lot of stuff is around $11 to $12. So basically I bought this like small freaking pack of watercolors pencil crayons for 12-ish bucks. Also, yes, there is one there, I think. Or maybe not. Okay. And they're okay. However, the white skin color is kind of yellow, which is kind of annoying. And there's very few colors, okay? I have another pack of watercolor pencil crayons somewhere. I don't know where. I can't remember. And they're also really good, and they're probably less, and I also got them for my birthday. I don't remember where I put them, but they're somewhere. They basically are almost exactly the same as my more expensive ones, but they're not as expensive and have a wider variety of colors, which I like because I freaking sometimes I'm like, you know what? The shitty yellow ain't doing it for me. So this is my watercolor palette. I got it from... Okay. I got it from Michael's. I think... Fuck, stop doing that. And it's Artist Loft brand. Oh my gosh, birds couldn't. I'm gonna please. It's the Artist Loft brand, and they're actually really good. And for so long, I really wanted to get like the more expensive watercolors because they were better. However, my friend got some before me, which, like, unfortunately, you know who you are, complained about this for weeks, okay? Because I'm a petty person. But anyway, she got them before me, and I tried them out one time, and I was really excited, and then I didn't like them. Like, I found that, like, for how much they were and how small the palette was, I didn't like them. And just in general, I don't know. I just didn't. These ones, I don't remember how much they were. They were probably around 12 to 11 bucks. Let's be honest here. Or 15, I don't remember. And they look like something you'd get at a dollar store. They look almost exactly like something you'd get at a dollar store, but they're not. Like, I actually got them at a legitimate art store. And they're really good for their price. But, like, I've always seen people using the most expensive products out there, and I'm just gonna advocate here for a second. You don't need to use the most expensive products out there. It's kind of a waste of money sometimes, unless, like, you want to do really professional art. And even then, you probably really don't need to use the most expensive products out there. You could just get like a slightly off-brand one, and it would probably do pretty much the exact same. Or just use pencil crayon. That's what I do. Yeah. That, and pencil crayons won't bleed on you. Freaking markers do. That's my problem with, like, expensive stuff, is that because I'm broke, so I'm whiny, so I get jealous easily, so I take what I can get, and find that usually taking what I can get is actually pretty decent, and I don't need to waste all my money on art supplies anymore, because I've realized the fact that it's pretty decent. So yeah, however, I do keep wasting money on stationery, and I really need to stop. Now on to my generalized kind of, like, art problems, to put it lightly. Once you're put as an art kid, you're immediately stuck as an art kid. Like, they see you do well in art, and they're like, oh, this is an art kid. And then they're like, so you must like visually learning, and it's like, not really. I'm gonna be honest. Not really. I need more than just visual thanks teachers, my English teachers. So they'll be mostly my English teachers, they'll be like, oh, so you don't want to do this like project thing? Do you want to do like a comic for it instead? And I'm like, I'd rather die. Because I've done that before, and English teachers are literally the most vague teachers in existence, I swear to God. They're like, okay, you can choose your subject for this, and it has to be on this thing. However, it
needs to be about a specific thing while also being on this thing, while also being on this other thing, and having these subjects in it, as well as like 5 paragraphs.
And I'm like, the fuck? Okay. So I did an entire comic for English last year, and then I failed it. I spent the entire night doing the comic, and I cried over it, and then I failed it because it wasn't what the teacher wanted, even though she said that we were doing it freely. Also, if you're wondering why I'm blinking so much, it's because there's something in my eye. She said that we could do it freely, and then I got it back, and it's like, wow, okay, I guess not. So that teacher this year was like, do you want to do a comic for this project? And I was like, no. So a lot of teachers don't really know what to do with me because of that, and it's because I'm more of a kinesthetic learner, but unfortunately school doesn't really do that for a lot of things. And then like our English teachers will immediately think, oh, you're an art teacher, you must love poetry, and you must love depressive stuff, and you must love Shakespeare. And it's like, no, I hate all those things, leave me alone. I said I do like kind of poetry, but not really. Like, basically, like, once you're put as an art student, you're generalized as an art student, and it frustrates me so much, because there's, like, nothing you can do to get out of it. I took visual arts for 2 years, okay? And took visual arts for 2 years, realized I didn't like visual arts classes, and then I tried to get out of it, and then they were like, yeah, you don't have any prerequisites for these other courses, can you take visual arts? So, we'll put you in the urban arts course, which is what I'm doing right now, which you saw at the beginning. It's where I'm painting an instrument, and this art course is like wild. I love it so much, and it's not your normal visual art course. I freaking hate visual art courses. And then, of course, because I don't have any prerequisites for grade 11 art, they're like, okay, so we gotta put you in grade 11 art. And I'm like, I did 2 years of visual arts, and then I did this class, and you're still gonna put me in grade 11 art? What? Why? It doesn't make any sense. But alas, I'm stuck in it because I don't have any prerequisites for any of the other courses. So, I guess I'm just gonna suffer through another year and hope that I don't hate my teacher, because if I do, then I'm probably gonna fail the class. Let's be honest. That is exactly what happened with my yearbook / photography class. Even though I do photography all the time. There's a difference between learning art and then doing art. I hate the learning part of art in schools, especially. And I hate the generalization of art, and there's a lot of things that frustrate me about it. Like, I'm one of those people that I'll be doing art all the time in school because I need to have something to do, because school is boring to me. But as soon as I leave school, I don't touch any of my shit for basically the rest of the weekend unless it's an art project, and even then it takes me like 5 hours to actually get started because I hate it that much. I like doing art in school, however I don't actually like doing art outside of school kind of thing. I don't want to be an art student at all. Like, I've literally figured that out. Like, we had to basically talk to guidance counselors, and they're like, so what do you want to do when you're older? And of course, they look at my thing, and they're like, oh, you're really good at art. Do you want to be an artist? And I'm like, fuck no. And they're like, they look at me like, okay, so what do you want to do? And they're like, I'm probably gonna do art, like English or something. And they're like, okay. It freaks them out. They're like, wow, okay, this person, like, just freaking blew my mind, like usual. I do a lot of things in school that people don't really understand, and I don't really know why. I don't do it on purpose. Yeah. Like that time I came back in computer studies class after they kicked me out. I'm a good student, I swear. The problem with my current school right now is that they're more of a science-based school, which of course is math stuff, and I cannot do math for shit like every other art kid out there, you know, like the cliche, like, art people can't do math, and I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people, unfortunately. I can't do math to save my life, okay? And most of the classes in this current school is science stuff, so I'm over here like, what do I do? Should I join 8 clubs? Should I? No? Okay. So I've basically just been doing nothing for like the last like year that I've been there. Yeah, awkward. And then I find that a lot of art classes that they have, you have to do like group work or stuff, and I hate doing that too, which is funny because I'm an amnivert. However, I hate doing group projects because either I get completely forgotten or I end up having to do all the work. There is no in between. There's no winning. And like, because I'm the art kid, everybody's like, hey, can you draw this thing for me? Or hey, can you write the script for me? And I'm like, no, I can't do stuff on like that on command. Leave me alone, please. And I just kind of end up failing the entire project. Just, yeah, basically. Like, you'd walk into my room and you'd think, like, wow, this person's an art kid. This person's, like, an art student. It's like, no, I have nothing better to do with my life right now. And my hands need to be kept busy, and I can visualize stuff really well. So, that's what you get from that. Which is unfortunate, because it means I can never escape this life, probably. Even though I've tried many times to kill my art talent, I think. My creativity, kind of. Because it gets so frustrating when you're, like, constantly wanting to do stuff, but you can't, because A, you either don't have the skill, or B, you're doubting yourself, or C, stuff that you want is too expensive, like freaking a few months ago me would cry over. And didn't understand that, no, you don't need those things. Self-realization right there. Yay! So this video has probably been gone on for way too long, because it says, like, right there, like, I've been talking for almost a half an hour. So basically, top 3 things. Art supplies. Too freaking expensive. Sketchbooks. Spiral bound really annoy me. Also too expensive. And 3, schools generalize you. If you are put as an art student, you will never escape. So that's my rant about art and how I don't really like it that much, even though I do it way too often. So yeah, I haven't been in front of a camera for a long time, and hopefully my actual videos will be less shitty in the future. Oh my god, I just heard a bus or something honk really loud. It sounded kind of like a train, actually. So anyway, Yeah, that's all for today. I'm not gonna lie, that's all I had. I didn't plan a script for this, which is kind of a bad idea. So hopefully I can patch this all together into a comprehensible video. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. If you want to like this video, you can like it. If you want to dislike this video, you can dislike it. If you want to fucking subscribe for more of this, you can do that too, I guess. And if you have any ideas for any other videos, you can put them down in the comments below. Also, I have like other social media, so if you want to follow that too, you can. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye! Also, I figured out how to make it, well, my dad taught me actually, figured it out actually, how to make it so that the camera wouldn't keep falling over, because I had that problem. Anyways, it's been kind of, what the fuck, did a fruit fly? It's too quiet in my room, it's making me feel awkward, so I opened the window. Why did you make me cry? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, am I a millennial? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. I'm being forced to take another visual arts class that I really didn't want to. Took it twice. Because I didn't know what else to take. I didn't want to be in it again. So yeah. There goes the sketchbook. And I think I mostly colored every single one that was in here. And watercolor is pretty decent. Like, watercolor books are pretty decent. Ew, I just saw something from an old friend. That is no longer my friend anymore. Fuck, I guess. Also, I just realized that the shade of yellow almost matches the same shade as the one on my blanket. Okay. It's Shakespeare. I hate Shakespeare with all my heart. Like, you see this, like, heart inside me? It is seething with rage for Shakespeare. I hate it so much.